Go.
Alright, we're doing lesson 93, the discriminant. What we're going to talk about is how we can tell if a quadratic equation has a real solution, an imaginary solution, or one solution or two solutions. And we can do that using a thing called the discriminant. So we're going to start with a quadratic equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Or, you know, a lot of times a quadratic equation usually has numbers, like 3x squared plus 2x plus 3 equals 0. Quadratic equations can be solved either by factoring, where we would get two real numbers, or by completing the square, or by using the quadratic formula. So this is a quadratic formula. We use this to find out what x is in a quadratic equation. Now there's three different kinds of solutions that you can get for a quadratic equation. You can either get a single real number, like 2 or 3. Or you can get two different real numbers, like remember factoring it, how we would get like the answer is 0 and -5. That's two different real numbers. Or you can get two different complex numbers. Remember those really complicated ones where you put it into the quadratic formula and you would get x equals like -3 plus or minus, like here's an example down here, -5/2 plus or minus the square root of 3 over 2i. They're the ones, the complex ones are the ones that have the i's. So these are the three different kinds of solutions you can get. Inside the quadratic formula is a thing called the discriminant. This is the discriminant right here. It's b squared minus 4ac. If we just put our numbers, our b in here, our a in here, and our c in here, and find out what we get, we can determine whether it's going to have a single real number, two different real numbers, or two different complex numbers. So b squared minus 4ac is the discriminant, and that's what we're purely going to talk about today. Its value of the discriminant discriminates what type of solution you're going to have. So its value is going to determine the type of solution. So when the discriminant, when you put your numbers in, we're going to do two examples when I'm going to explain this. When we put our numbers in and we get 0 out, then you know there's one real solution. When we put our numbers in and we get a positive number out, like we put a number in here and we get like a 3 out of here, then we know there's going to be two different real solutions, not going to be imaginary. And when we put our numbers in here and if we get a negative number out, then we know we're going to have two complex solutions that are conjugates. So let's just try two examples. They're very simple. The camera comes over here. What kind of solution does the equation x squared minus 4x plus 2 have?
Oops.
You okay?
Yeah, I was just doing it on top. Go ahead.
You're okay. Let's just do this one over again. What kind of solution does the equation x squared minus 4x plus 2 have? Do not solve. So right away we're going to recognize, oh, this is a quadratic equation because it has an x squared term. So we need to put it in the form ax squared plus bx equals 0. Bx plus c equals 0. So we're going to get x squared plus 4x minus 2 equals 0. So I put it into this form, and now we're going to write down our a is 1, our b is 4, and our c is minus 2. And all we have to do is put it in our discriminant. Our discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. That's our discriminant. We're not going to solve it. We just need to determine what kind of solution we have. So we fill it in. So we're going to get 16 minus 4 times 1 times minus 2. And that's going to give us 16 plus 8, which is 24. So we have we got a positive number out of here. So we know that it says over here, if we have a positive number, then we have two different real solutions. So we're just going to write down, this equation has two different real solutions. And that's all there is to this problem. You just take your a, b, and c, put it in the discriminant, and see if you get a positive number out, a negative number out, or 0 out. So let's try another one. What kind of root is just another word for solution, does the equation -2x equals -3x squared minus 8 have? Do not solve. So they just want to know whether we're going to get one solution, two real solutions, or a complex solution. So we have to put in the right form. So we get 3x squared minus 2x plus 8 equals 0. So just rearrange it in standard form. A is going to be 3, B equals minus 2, and C equals 8. We take our discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac, and we plug our numbers in. That's related. So we get 4 minus 4 times 3 times 8.
Why did you draw a guy?
So we're going to get 4 minus, and if we multiply those numbers together, we get 96, and we get 92 for an answer. So since we have a negative number here, we know that we have two complex solutions. So you would just write 2 complex solutions. And that is how easy these problems are. That's it.